morning, peeps. How are you? Well, today I want to make with you some nice doodles, and for this all you have to do, the first step you have to do is to pick a piece of watercolor paper and make it wet, really wet, and then you can add some nice watercolor inks and just drop some color on it and let the painting flow into the water, and leave it aside for at least one day or one night, and then the day after you're going to have a piece of paper just like this one with a lot of colors and a lot of nice structures. You can see this here, very good. This is very easy to create, as I said before. Just make your paper really wet. Don't be afraid of anything, because the paper is going to get flat after we do our doodles on this, and so it doesn't really matter if you have a little bit of wrinkles on your paper. And okay, one more thing is you have to pick paper for your watercolor artwork. You have to buy a paper that is worth. What I mean with this is good quality watercolor paper, because if you take a brand like for school, you know, this is not going to work very good, because the paper is very thin, and it can get damaged when you add a lot of water on it. One more hint I can say to you when you work with watercolors is use water. Okay, many of the artwork I see online or anywhere else is when they work with watercolors, they use not enough water, let's say it this way. And a nice watercolor painting has to be made with water. So if you want to paint with acrylics or with color pencils or whatever, this is going to be another technique. But watercolor technique, as the name says, watercolor needs to have water. And for this, especially for this kind of artwork, you need to add a lot of water at first, and then just drop some nice color on it using your watercolors or using your watercolor inks, acrylic inks as well. They work all very good. I'm going to show you a photograph where I show you the ones I have and the ones I like to use. And okay, let's get started. For this you're going to need any kind of marker, and it has to be waterproof. Okay, so I use most of the time these days this brand Molotov, and this is a very good one. And you can as well use your Copic. This is waterproof as well. And what else? Okay, just choose a brand that is waterproof. Okay, after that we are going to use as well acrylic, a black acrylic, and maybe again a Molotov marker, in this case a acrylic one. I use this a lot for adding some highlights, and this is it. You don't really need as many art supplies for this technique, but very important, you need a thick paper. Okay, thick sturdy watercolor paper. I am working on Canson watercolor paper, and this is great. I love it. I like it a lot. Okay, start by doing your piece of watercolor artwork, and after that we start working on the doodles. Have fun.